Hey everyone, welcome to another installation of Fearless Fridays. Here on this YouTube page, you can always find motivation and inspiration to end your week. And make sure you subscribe on www.mjseaberry.com to make sure you get the end of week inspiration emails. Guys, it's Friday, February 10th, and we want to continue celebrating Black history. So what better way to do that than to have people who have been a huge part of Black history and show how they have been fearlessly flying and how we can take that message that they've shared and bring it to our own lives, right? Because what's this all about? Flying high and flying fearlessly. So the first person I want to discuss this month is the great, the incomparable Audre Lorde. Guys, I know everybody knows who Audre Lorde is. If you don't, please go and Google her. She is phenomenal, a great writer, phenomenal person, and when you read her work, you'll just be like, wow. So one of the pieces I wanted to discuss and how we can, find our purpose and our passion in her piece is called "The Master's Tools Will Never Dismantle the Master's House." Take a look, guys. This is it. Can you see it? The Master's Tools will never dismantle the Master's house. Extremely, extremely important piece. And it's actually about her taking her own journey as a Black feminist, a Black lesbian feminist at that, into the corporate world, where she discusses how you really have to sort of learn your own way to dismantle oppression, right? So this piece is not really about slaves and masters, although she uses that illusion. It's about minorities and oppression. And so a couple of the biggest points that she makes is that, one, she talks about how we cannot use the tools that have been given to us to take down the system that is oppressing us. Because if the system is giving you the tools, are they really going to give you the same things that they used to build the house, to take down the house? Why would they do that? No, if they give you all the tools they used, then they're just giving you the blueprints to the building. And that's not smart. And if you're trying to oppress people, right? Not at all. So one of the quotes that she says here is, "What does it mean when the tools of a racist patriarchy are used to examine the fruits of the same patriarchy?" Guys, if that doesn't apply to our lives, then come on. It means that only the most narrow parameters of change are possible and allowable. So if we begin to use, and this is in whatever, it doesn't have to be about racism and patriarchy. If you apply this to any area of your life, you have to remember that, whenever you start to use the exact same system that you're in to break down that system, you're limiting yourself to basically small parameters of change, or these smallest parameters of change that are possible. We have to remember that we have to think outside of the box, and that we cannot use, patriarchy to dismantle patriarchy, or feminism to dismantle feminism. Well, not that we're dismantling feminism, but you guys know what I mean. But we can't use oppression to dismantle the same oppression. That's not going to happen. That's not going to work out. But what she talks about is using a sense of interdependency throughout each other, because, celebrating difference is always the best thing to do. We have to realize that everyone that's in a fight together, everyone that's trying to find their purpose, we all have differences. And those differences need to be celebrated and used as leveraging or as a leverage to really get to where we want to go, right? And so she even makes a couple more quotes. One of them is that only within that interdependency of different strengths, acknowledged and equal, can the power to seek new ways of being in the world generate, as well as the courage and sustenance to act where there are no charters. Is that not phenomenal? If we want to take ourselves further, we want to take ourselves to where there are no charters, we have to use interdependency, guys. We cannot do these things on our own. Difference is that raw and powerful connection from which our Difference is that raw and powerful connection from which our personal power is forged. Guys, I'm telling y'all, Audre Lorde is phenomenal. So I want you guys to think about that this week. Really, marinate on that this week as well. And think about, how can you use your differences? How can you find a colleague, a friend, a family member, whoever it is, and, really bank on those differences to come together and to charter new territories? Because I know I can't do these things on my own. I have a team that helps me with Fearless Fridays. And we use our differences, we use our similarities to really bank on us coming together and creating a change, right? We're creating a movement, a Fearless Fridays movement that's really going to help us get to that place that we want to be at. You have to do the same thing no matter what you're doing, no matter what field you're in. You want to make sure that you use those differences and you find people who are different from you to help you catapult to that next level. It's amazing, guys, when you do so. It's amazing what you can come up with. The last thing I want to give you, of course, is the quote of the week. It's Friday, and we always have a quote of the week. And that quote this week is given to us by the future, the soon-to-be Dr. Dexter down at UGA, one of my colleagues in a doc program as well. And he said one day to me, people are inspired by what you do, not by what you think you do. We'll just stop there for a moment. I'll repeat it. People are inspired by what you do, not by what you think you do. So all the plans that we have for our purpose and our passion, if they're just plans, they're not really going to get us anywhere. And we're not going to inspire people like we all want to do. No, people are only inspired by what we do. So take those words from Audre Lorde, use that difference, use that interdependency, and go out and do things this week, guys. That's all we have to do, right? Exactly. So we're going to end this video, as we will end every video, with a little mantra. I want you to repeat after me. You ready? We'll say, fly high and fly fearlessly. That's what I want you guys to do this week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope you are flying as high as you can and as fearlessly as you can. Check us out at www.mjseaberry.com, and you can find more information about my motivational speaking and about my diversity consulting for educational institutions as well as for businesses and corporations. Remember, guys, fly high and fly fearlessly. Have a great weekend.